I know we can do better. We can do better. 'Cause you ain't just another. You were born to elevate. It's not about the dollars and dimes we keep in our pockets. Not how we go from losses to profit.
New day, new week. Let's make it sparkle for us. Let's have a great day. Let's have a great week. Hello, I'm Jan. This is your yoga from home. This is 316 Yoga. You do it your way. You be happy, you make it work for you. But, most importantly, don't let anybody dull your sparkle. Just enjoy what you enjoy. Enjoy what you do. Do what you enjoy. Keep moving. Have fun and keep moving. Keep moving. Find your superpower. Find your power. Find your strength. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to find flexibility and mobility, which gives you more strength, more stamina, so you can enjoy your life. Think about what makes you strong. Think about what makes you go, and do it and enjoy it. Let's go. Let's come on up to standing. It's your body. It's your practice. Do what feels good for you. Every day is different. Everybody's body is different. Your body's different every single day. That's for sure. Our practice is different every single day also. So here's the deal. 1 hour long practice today. We do that every single day. Check us out. Every day is different. One of the things we do is we lock a stress number into our minds. What is going on in your body? Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Give it a number like the frowny face to smiley face of the doctor's office, and let's start. Sometimes the starting is the hardest part, but you got this. You're here. That's a big start. Okay, first pose, confidence pose. Stand with your feet a little wider than hip width distance. Hands to your hips, elbows and shoulders back and down, and lift on up onto your toes. Find strength in your foundation. Your foundation, so important. Your foundation, your feet. You want to stay stable in life, right? So learn how to stay stable in your head and in your body. This pose will help you with that. And I'm going to ask you to think about a word for today. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff up there on the screen. Okay, here we go. I'll be over here now. All right, so here we go. A word to think about today as you practice is the word everything. All right, the sum of it all, right? That's you. The sum of it all. You just can't compartmentalize. Everything is about you. Everything together works together for that which is good. The sum of everything, the ups, the downs, the aches, the pains, the joys, the sorrows. Accept it and embrace it. And just ease off the pressure and the criticism and the expectations. All right, how are you doing with coming up onto the balls of your feet? Maybe you're holding onto a chair. Take deep breaths in through your nose. And big sighing breaths out through your mouth. Sigh out the troubles. Just let them go away. Are you starting to feel it in your calves yet? Let it feel good. Come on down to your heels. Give your toes a lift and give them a wiggle. Plant your feet solidly on the ground. Maybe close your eyes and bring your hands to prayer center. Press your thumbs a little bit into your chest. Soften in the shoulders and just take this moment for you. Root into all four corners of your feet. Be strong. Be solid. Big breath in through your nose. And big sighing breath out through your mouth. This is your time. Make it work for you and find that inner spark. Blink your eyes open. Send your arms high up to the sky. This is your extended mountain pose. Spiral your pinkies in toward the midline of your body and soften in your shoulders a little bit. Root into your feet. Hold on strong and lift high to the sky. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Lengthen up. Bring your hands, let them float down to your backside. Place your hands on the back, your back, as if you're going into pockets in your jeans. Send your elbows back, lift your chest up to the sky, take a little back bend. Maybe you're still holding onto a chair. Totally good. Send your belly forward. Exhale, now fold forward. Let your arms hang down toward the earth. Look back towards your knees or up towards your belly button. Put a little bend in your knees. Let it go. Hands maybe are touching the earth or not. It's all good. Now shake your neck around a little bit. Have your gaze to your knees or up towards your belly button as the crown of your head hangs heavy. Soften up, maybe wiggle in your knees, wiggle in your shoulders. Just move. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let it feel great. Enjoy this moment. While you're down here, maybe lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. Maybe your eyes are closed, or maybe, they're open and you're holding on to the earth or holding on to that chair. It's all good. When you're ready, think of your spine as like little Lego blocks. Roll each vertebra up and come on up to a standing position. Release your chin from your chest. Come back to the extended mountain pose and then interlace your fingers. Send your palms up to the sky. A little bend in the elbows might feel awesome for you today. And then bend from side to side. This is your palm tree pose. All right, so sideways movement of the spine. You moved it backward, you moved it forward. Oh, you're getting the spine moving, and that's where it's at, right? Movement in the spine. Put a smile on your face. Be thankful for this day. Be thankful for this breath. Move, enjoy, feel the good stretch. Come on back up to the midline of your body. Let your arms release and go high to the sky. Re-root into your feet. Re-lengthen through your fingers. Stretch. Big breath in. Shoulder softening, breath out. Arms float down by your sides. Let's do some arm circles. Bring your feet together so, not too far together. They're not touching, but just bring them under your hips so you feel comfortable and stable. Tee out your arms and start to draw some arm circles. We do this a lot. How does it feel in your shoulders? Wake them up. If it doesn't feel good, little circles or maybe a bend in the elbows, or maybe you just want to kind of shrug your shoulders a little bit. But work to doing some nice circles. Big or small, whatever. Now start to add in your knees. Bend your knees. Maybe when the hands come down, the knees bend. Arms go up, knees straighten. Just move. Move as if you're about to sit back into a little chair. Bend your knees. Work them, work them, work them. Cute little sayings. Motion is lotion. That's true. Motion on the knees feels really good. Start to draw your circle in the other direction. Bending the knees, maybe a lot or a little, but just try. That's it. Try. Breathe. And then let's finish. Come on up to a standing position. Soften in your shoulders. Let's do that big coat swing. I like to bring my feet a little further apart again for this one, and then twist from side to side, looking over one shoulder then the other. Arms are loose and by your side. Take that nice big twist. Breathe in, breathe out. Just let it go. Enjoy this moment. Maybe look farther over your shoulder, or challenge your balance by closing your eyes and taking that twist. Take it slowly. Just enjoy what you got. You don't have to rush. You don't have to be super intense. I think the world has us thinking that way. You gotta be super intense. You gotta do everything 110%. You're doing a lot right here, right now, and it's all good, and you will see the benefits if you stick with it. Stick with it. Don't give up. Do yourself a favor. Stick with it and move. All right. Slow the arms on down, and let's do ragdoll pose. This feels really good for your low back. What you're going to do is have your feet hip-width distance apart. Hinge forward. Take your hands to opposite elbow creases. Hang out here for a moment. How does it feel in your legs? Put a bend in your knees if that feels good. Widen your stance. Make room for your belly. Breathe. Look back towards your knees or up towards your navel. Wiggle your toes. And then start to sway from side to side, letting one elbow come back toward the knee, and then bringing it to the other side. Let the other elbow come back toward the other knee. Your head is hanging heavy. You're a ragdoll. Breathe. Enjoy the movements. This is your little warm-up of the body. So a little subtle twist here. Decompressing your low back, where most of us, if we have back trouble, it's in the low back is where it starts. Breathe. And then finish up. Come back to the midline of the body. Just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let it feel wonderful. Knees can be bent or straightened. What feels good? Just kind of play with it a little bit. Move the knees. Feel what you feel. And then release your hands to your mat. Let's come on down for a child's pose. All right. In your child's pose, knees can be together. Big toes touching, tops of your feet are on your mat, hips can go back to your heels. You can use a block here if you like, and bring the block underneath your forehead, your chest, whatever you like. Block can be to whatever height feels good for you. Arms can be down by your sides with your palms up. Rest here. You don't want to use the block? Don't use it. It's just there for support, so you can just let go. Let go mentally as the body rests into the mat. Here's another option that I like to take. Knees spread wide, hips back toward the heels. Maybe they sit on the heels. Arms reach long to the top of the mat. You can bring your forehead down to your block or to the mat as you get back into the shoulders here. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Big sighing breath out through your mouth. Push your hands into the mat. Lengthen in the armpits even. Let this feel good as you surrender to your mat. This is the time for you to get into your head. Take a deep breath in. Sigh out the cares of the world. And then close your lips if you like and breathe in and out of your nose. Feel the depth of this stretch, a pose of surrender. Surrender to your mat. Let the outside world go. Hollow out your belly. See how that feels in your spine. Just breathe deeply. Soften in your jaws if your teeth are touching and your jaws are clenched. Maybe turn your head a little bit from left to right as you massage your forehead into your mat. And just let the world, for this next few minutes here in your practice, just let the world be your mat. Nothing else matters. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Just feel what you feel in your body and enjoy it. If anything hurts, back out of it. Don't do it. If it's just uncomfortable, breathe through it. Stretch it out and enjoy. Every pose, enjoy what you feel. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come back to this child's pose anytime you like. It is your yoga practice. You do it from home your way. All right, let's bring our knees together. Grab your two blocks and let's do a toes pose and an ankle pose. Back to finding that foundation. Press into your blocks, tuck your toes towards your shins, and then have a seat back toward your heels. So nice big stretch in the toes, in the feet, in the ankles. So we're going to do toes pose and ankle pose. We do this a lot, getting that full range of motion down there in the ankles and the feet. Have a seat back on the heels if that feels good. You've got these blocks that bring the ground up to you. You can hold on to them. Hinge forward if you need to. Just find the stretch that's right for you in your feet. All right, I'm going to flow this. So toes pose, take it to ankle pose. Bring the tops of your feet onto your mat. Use your blocks, walk them on back and press into the tops of your feet, lifting your knees up, but keeping the knees together. And stretch the ankles. So nice big stretch. You can see how that works. Toes pose to ankle pose, big stretch in the ankles in both directions. Use your blocks if you like. Go back into your toes pose. Stretch it out. You can remove the blocks. If you don't like the blocks, you don't have to use them. Stretch it out. Maybe bring the shoulders more over the hips. Ooh, deepen that stretch. And then take it to your ankle pose. Back onto the tops of the feet. Hands can be little kickstands. Walk them back. Let your knees come up. But remember, keep them together. Back and forth to what feels good for you. Rock a little bit if you like that. You know your body best. Everybody's body's different. And every day, even in your own body, is different. Wow, all the changes. All right, you can have your hands at prayer center if you like. You can close your eyes if you like. Challenge your balance. Back and forth, toes pose, ankle pose. You're doing it exactly right, as long as you're not in pain. Breathe. Eyes closed, challenge the balance. Woo! Back and forth, toes pose, ankle pose. Wake them up. Let it feel awesome. You deserve it. You deserve to feel awesome. One life, live it and have fun. And don't dull your sparkle. All right, how are you doing with this? One more maybe. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Maybe the breathing in and out of the nose helps you focus on you. Or maybe you need to sigh out tension by breathing out the mouth a little bit. Just be aware of what you're doing. Take deep breaths. Don't you let your breath be shallow. And just enjoy. All right, back to a neutral tabletop. Here's what we're going to do. Shoulders should be over your wrists. Knees underneath your hips. Neutral tabletop. Lift your feet up. Squeeze and scrunch your toes. Circle the ankles around and around in both directions. And then tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Then let your feet rest. Oh, wow, the ankles. Really feel it. Let it feel great. Press into the earth. Let's do cat-cow. Okay, so for cat-cow pose, think of the spine as long, lengthened through the crown of the head and the tailbone. Back is nice and flat. As you take an exhale, that's breathing out your nose. Tuck your chin to your chest. Tuck your tailbone under. Arch your back up to the sky like a Halloween cat. Then take an inhale, the counter pose to this for cow. Crown of the head lifts and the tailbone lifts. So you're tucking your chin to your chest as you exhale. Tailbone goes under. Inhale, cow, just the opposite. Crown of the head and tailbone lift. Move your spine. Think of that tailbone. Think of tucking it under as you push the earth away. And then extending the tail up to the sky. All right, cat-cow, do it your way a few more times. What feels magnificent in your body today? Remember to breathe, deep breaths, don't hold your breath. Tuck that tailbone really under on your cat. Really send it high to the sky on your cow. And then when you're ready, finish up. Finish up, let's cross the leg over. So send your right leg long. Put the ball of the foot on the mat, and you almost feel like you're in a runner's lunge here. Press into the ball of the foot, feel the goodness up the back right leg. When you're ready, lift the extended right leg up, cross the midline of the body, squeeze high in the upper inner thighs, place the ball of the foot down on the left side of the body, and then look over your left shoulder. Look back to your foot, your knee, your bottom. Just take a big twist here. Feel the big twist. Kind of like, remember when we did palm tree in the standing pose? Here we are, taking that twist again, getting the spine to move sideways. Sweep your right leg around. Sweep the right leg around. Bring it to about hip height or whatever is comfortable for you. Release your right arm up to the sky. Think of your chest going to the side of the room. Lift your arm up to the sky. Look up to your right arm. Get that motion in the neck going. Hold it here and then finish. Hand comes down, knee comes down to meet the other knee. We have another side to do. Let's embrace it. Extend the left leg long. Ball of the foot into the mat. Push into the earth. Really think strong and long in that left leg. Breathe. Lift the left leg up. Cross the midline of the body, squeezing high in the upper inner thighs. Push into the earth. Look over your right shoulder now. Look over your right shoulder. Maybe that's about all you can see. Maybe you take it even farther and can see your foot, your knee, or your bottom. Hold it here and breathe. Let's sweep this extended left leg around. Plant the sole of the foot on the earth. Lift your left arm up this time. Lift it up to the sky. Push into the earth with your right side of your body. Lift through your left fingertips and look up, up, up to the sky. Take a moment. Take a breath in and a breath out. Twist. Breathing out on twists allows you to deepen the twist a little bit more because you hollow out your belly. You can twist, wring it out like a washcloth, and then plant your hand back down on the mat. Left knee meets right. Spread the knees wide. Hips back to the heels, a wide-legged child's pose. Arms reach to the top of the mat. Settle on down here. How does this child's pose feel different? Even this little bit of motion we've done so far allows you to have greater mobility in your body. Do you feel it already? The mobility, the flexibility. You're getting there. Good on you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right. Let's come into a pose that helps us build strength. You knew I was going to say this. Just about every day in our practice, we take a plank pose. Plank helps build strength, you know that, and it feels so good when you're done. And it feels good when you're doing it too. But the thing about a plank is, everything is tense. You're holding on, you're tightening up, and then you release. We set a timer for 1 minute. Grab a drink. Always have your water nearby. All right, we're going to do a 1 minute plank. Any way you like, lots of ways to take planks. You decide how you want to do it. I'll show you a couple, which you could do. You could be on your back. Yes, you can be on your back for a plank. If they're new to you, here's what you can do. Take your blocks, lie down, put the blocks, balance them on your hands. Imagine the blocks of the earth like your body's just inverted 180 degrees. You're going to push into the blocks and imagine that you're in a plank. That's a good way to start. All right, another way to take it. Remember that neutral tabletop we were in? Spread your knees a little bit, send them on back a little bit. And I say a little bit because it's not precise. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's shape is different. Everybody's height is different. Adjust your legs so they're comfortable. Walk your hands more forward and then hinge forward in your arms. Have your shoulders over your wrists. Press the earth away. Feel the strength in your arms for your little knee plank. Another way to take it is to drop to your forearms, parallel forearms to the sides of your mat, fingers spread wide, little gecko grip in your fingertips. Stay on your knees and hold here with your elbows underneath your shoulders. Lengthen up through your spine and just feel your core engage. Push the earth away. That's part of the secret to the pose. Tuck your toes towards your shins. Here's another variation. Send your legs straight and lift on up to your dolphin plank. Another variation. Let's go. I'm going to do a high plank. For the high plank, shoulders are over your wrists. Your legs are going to be long. Let's set the timer and get it going. Here we go. 1 minute. High plank. All right, 1 minute. Here it goes. You can keep track of your time if you want to, or disregard the time completely. In a high plank, shoulders are over your wrists. Legs are long and about hip width distance apart. You're pressing into the earth. That's the secret. Lengthen through your spine. We are 15 seconds in. Hold it here. Breathe here. Breathe deeply. Your gaze is between your fingers. Breathe in. Push the earth away. Breathe out. Hold on. Stay strong. You're stronger than you think. Give yourself credit here. 30 seconds in. Maybe you've decided to take a break. Here's a way you could take a break in a high plank. You could send your hips high and come into a down dog. We'll do that again later. Come back to your plank. Breathe. Even that little bit of down dog really helps. 15 seconds to go. You could drop to your knees for a breath or two. That's good too. Breathe. It's all good. You're strong. Modify. Make it work for you. We have 5 seconds to go. You got it. Push the earth away. You can do it. You can do anything for 3, 2, 1, and done. Come on down. Have a seat. You did it. You feel accomplished. 1 minute. Just give it a go. Give it a try. Maybe, if you're like me, I like a little measurement criteria to measure my progress. Maybe it's 5 seconds today. Maybe tomorrow it'll be 8. Maybe the next day it'll be 3. But it's okay. Get the trend going. Stay with your practice and just do. All right, you go back to your bed. Let's do some core things here. You could have your strap, if you want, for your variation of boat. We do these core things often because they really help. You got to have a strong core. Don't think, I don't want to do plank. I don't want to do core things because I don't want six-pack abs. Well, it's not about the six-pack abs, believe me. Strength in your core is about stability in life, in walking, in moving. Whatever you do, you want to be strong and you want to have that strong core. All right, let's start with our Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. How does that feel for you? Lengthen up through your back, through the crown of your head, hands to prayer center. Lengthen up, maybe create a little mantra in your mind. Say something positive to you. I am healthy, I am strong, I am here, I got this. Say something positive to flame that little spark in you. Lengthen up and come on down. Take it nice and slowly and work on this as we work on our yoga every day, because you're going to come back every day, right? Work on taking your reclining slowly. You want to recline slowly because you want to stay in control. All right, so when you first start out, sometimes it's just like, oh, clunk, right? Try to work on coming down slowly. Just let that be a little thing that you're working on. All right, soles of your feet are touching. Work your heels up towards your groin, maybe, if that feels good. Bend your elbows and bring your temples, or bring your fingers lightly to your temples. Now you might want to breathe in and out of your mouth here. Let some heat go. When you're ready to exhale, let your chin go up to the sky. Keep your elbows open wide, just like your knees. And then inhale, come on down. Exhale up, inhale down. Little lifts, little lowers. And what you want to do is you want to think about your core, your belly. Actually, everything is included in your core, like how we felt when we did that plank pose. Everything is engaged. There's arguments that your core includes everything when it's tense and strong. So if you typically think of your core as your belly, that's where you're really feeling it in this little core sequence. So lift and lower. It's the chin that's going to the sky. Don't strain your neck by bringing your neck towards your chin and looking at your knees. You want to look up to the sky. Little lifts, little lowers. Think of your core, your belly, as what is doing the lifting here. Breathe. All right, let's finish up. Rest the shoulders down. Let's do bicycle pose. Lots of ways to do it. Take the variation that speaks to you. I'm going to bring the soles of my feet to my mat. I'm going to take my fingers to my temples, and I'm just going to peel my shoulders up. And you can bring opposite elbow toward opposite knee. A little twist here, back to those twists. Just little teeny movements. Maybe that's what's good for you today. Here's another variation. Shoulders stay down, legs lift with your knees over your hips. Draw your toes towards your shins and think of sending one heel forward, draw the leg back, and then the other heel forward. So like you're riding a recumbent bicycle. Breathe here, let it be, enjoy this. Keep your tailbone plugged into your mat. Ride your recumbent bike or put everything together. Fingers back to the temples, shoulders peel up. Riding and kicking through one leg, then bending and stretching the other, bringing one elbow toward opposite knee. There you go, that works too. So does straightening your legs and scissor kicking them. What do you want to do today for your bicycle pose? I'm gonna finish. Legs come down. Take a stick pose. I love this one. Point your toes, ankles together, arms lift high, overhead, stretch it out like a big number 1. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I should go into a pentacle pose here to get her back to her bed, but let's stretch it out. Breathe. Stick pose. Let's come into boat pose. All right, here you go. This one's challenging. You talk about working the core. Bend your knees, place your hands behind your hamstrings, and rock and roll up. And be careful with the rocking. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, it's probably not recommended that you rock on your back, but check with your doctor. All right, so I'm gonna rock a couple times back and forth and come into boat pose. All right, do you like rocking on the spine? Think back when you were a kid and just playing outside, doing somersaults or whatever. All right, come on up to seated. I'm going to use the strap today. A couple ways you can do this. Tomorrow we're not going to use the strap. If you don't want to use the strap today, don't do it. You can hold on to the back of your thighs and then eventually release your hands from your thighs. I'm going to take the strap, place the center of the strap at the center of my feet. I'm going to keep my back nice and straight, so keep the chest lifted and lean on back. Maybe a little bend in the legs. Keep your elbows hugged in, tight and concise here. Maybe legs go long and hold on here. So, you gotta try, you gotta do. The strap, I think, makes some poses more accessible, makes other poses more challenging, but it's just a nice prop to have. Buy a strap and a couple blocks. Make a commitment to yourself to come back to yoga and do it regularly. You'll be so happy you did. A little bend in the knees might feel really good, or keep the legs nice and straight. Breathe in, soften up, and breathe out. Play with the height of the heels from the earth. Maybe rock the heels a little more forward and balance here. Maybe send the feet a little higher. Find the strength and the balance coming from your core. Breathe. You got it. You're strong. Focus. And then when you're ready, heels come down. While we're here with this strap nice and snug around the feet here, walk your hands down the straps. Take a little forward fold here. Look down to your knees, hollow out your belly on an exhale. Inhale, lengthen in the spine. Exhale, fold a little more forward. I don't know how far or how close you're coming to your knees, and it doesn't matter. Are you feeling a nice, good stretch in your low back? Do you imagine your spine getting longer and you get stronger and taller and stand more proudly? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. See, the strap helps, doesn't it? Walk your hands down the strap towards your feet and then release the strap. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. Let's do some lunges. We'll get back into the hips. Hips are so critical, so strong. You want to stay strong in your foundation and in your hips. Grab your 2 blocks. Come to a standing on your knees position. 2 blocks are by your sides, maybe at a high height. For this lunge, bring your right foot forward, knee over ankle. Walk the blocks forward so they're surrounding the right front foot, and then send your back leg long and straight. Oh my goodness, right there is where I feel it. Now, how is this on your knee? I know some of you, your knees don't feel so great. Slip a towel under that extended knee. Makes a difference. Make it work for you. I can't stress that enough. Don't feel like I can't do a yoga pose. You make the yoga work for you. That's the important part. Don't feel like, oh, I gotta look this way or that way. It doesn't matter how it looks, matters how it feels. Left hip, how does that feel? Oh, nice big stretch here. Let's keep this going on. Hands to your blocks, maybe fingertips to the blocks as you bring your shoulders up. It's all about this left hip. How is it feeling? Let's add some fun to this. Bring the arms on up high overhead. Take a baby back bend. Maybe reach the fingers to the back of the room if that feels good for you. If it doesn't feel good, you stay exactly where it feels good for you. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody's judging you. Most importantly, don't judge yourself. Don't dull your own sparkle. Breathe. Hold it here, whatever feels good. And then hands, reach them forward, parallel arms. Reach, strive, come on, you got it. Breathe, lengthen, maybe hands to the blocks, let's surf. Send your right leg straight. Walk the blocks back with you. Bring your hips to your heel. You can sit on the heel or not sit on the heel, you decide what feels good for you. And when you're ready, come back with the blocks or without. Reach good and far. Then come on back, use the blocks or not, and have a seat if you want, or just bring your hips back towards your heels. I'm gonna challenge myself by bringing my hands to prayer center. My right toes are gonna stay up toward the sky, and I stretch it out here. Then I'm gonna come to bring that right sole of the foot down on the mat. Then I'm gonna reach forward through my hips, allowing the right knee to come forward to the ankle, but I'm gonna keep my hands at prayer center. Maybe you wanna keep them on your hips. Maybe you wanna reach farther. That feels pretty good too. I'm just gonna get into my head a little bit and hold on to my hands here in prayer center. Then I'm gonna surf it out again. Back and forth. Hey, you know what else you could do? How could you kick this up to challenge yourself a little bit more? Maybe closing the eyes. How's that? What do you think? Ooh, that is a challenge, isn't it? When you don't have your eyes to help you focus, it is more of a challenge because your proprioception, you gotta kick that in. All right, have you surfed it out a couple of times? Maybe you've stayed reaching high to the sky. Maybe you've taken another little baby back bend. Make it work. All right, let's switch the knees. Knees together. Let's do the other side. Same thing, just the other side. Left knee forward, left knee on top of the ankle. Right leg goes super duper long on the mat. Remember the towel trick if you want to use that. Just stretch it out here for a moment. What feels good? Nobody's watching you. Ease into it. Let it feel great. Maybe you bring your shoulders more over your hips. Right leg is super long. Feel that right stretch in the right hip flexor. It's all good. How about the arms? You want to reach them up? Lengthen up. Think extended mountain like how we began. Maybe look up to the corner of the room. Maybe look to the sky, right up to the sky, the ceiling right above you. And float the arms on down to the blocks or reach forward. Let that knee come forward to the ankle here. That's totally fine in this pose. Reach. Reach like you're giving somebody a gift. Reach. How about Michelle? Today's Michelle's birthday. Happy birthday, Michelle. Here's a gift. The gift of your yoga. All right, start to surf it out. Just straighten that left leg. Hold on to the blocks if you want. Take it to what feels good for you. It's all good. It's all right as long as it doesn't hurt. Hands are a big help here. Your body can be your own prop, right? Walk the hands forward. Stretch it out. Reach it out. Bend and move. Find your flexibility, your mobility. Explore it. The more you do, the more capable and able you will become. So stick with it. Don't give up. Get that mobility going in the hips. Feet, ankles, hips. Find your strength. All right. How are you doing? Do you want to reach again? Do you want to do a baby back bend? What is working for your hips today? All right. I'm going to finish. I'm going to sweep my right foot up to meet my left. I'm going to come to standing. We're going to do some standing poses too. All right, so come up however you can. If you need to put your hands down, that's fine. Try to work toward maybe not using your hands. You're strong and powerful. Let's come on up to standing. Right foot meets left. All right, so some balancing poses here. Got 5 of them. Let's start with you will look taller. Think of the first letter of each of those words. Bring your body into the letter Y for you. Legs are zipped up. Maybe ankles are touching, the inside of the thighs are touching. Arms spread high overhead, a big letter Y for the word you. Push the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Feel your chest open. Breathe. You. Let's bring our arms into a W shape, elbows down, forearms parallel to the side of the room. Keep your chest lifted. Squeeze your shoulders towards your spine. You will. L for look, a forward and backward L, hugging the elbows in. You will look. T for taller. Tee out your arms, pulse your hands to the back of the room. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do it again. You will look taller. Remember, the backs of the hands are the trick here. Nice and strong. You will look. T for taller. Pulse out the hands. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Let the arms float down by your sides. Close your eyes. Feel how you feel in your back. Shoulders are over your hips. Chest is lifted. You are strong. You have good posture. Let's take a mountain pose. Let your arms float up. This is your extended mountain pose. Fingers reach to the top of the room. Okay, yeah, there's 2 mountain poses. There is an extended mountain, which we do often, rooting into our feet, lifting our fingers high to the sky, softening the shoulders and spiraling the pinkies in. There's your extended mountain. But here's mountain pose. Mountain is just your arms are down by your sides. Shoulders are back and down. Breathe. There's your mountain pose. I like extended mountain. Let's go back to it. Stretch and reach, extended mountain pose. Bring your palms together to touch. Let's do a half crescent moon. Lengthen up, maybe crisscross one thumb over the other. Lengthen up, biceps near your ears. Half crescent moon. Your arms are extended, palms are touching. Let the fingers go to the right side. Chest is lifted. Here's the trick. Keep your hips equal distant to the front of the room. Top shoulder, your left shoulder, bring it back. Reach to the left side of your room, chin away from the chest. Nice big stretch here, kind of reminiscent of our palm tree pose, right? And that cat-cow that we did with the crossover. So lengthen through the sides of your spine. The whole left side's feeling this nice stretch. Reach, breathe. Take your right hand, capture your left wrist and give it a little tug. That intensifies the pose. Breathe, chin away from the chest. Breathe. Maybe you can take it a little farther or not. Come on back up to center. Lengthen up here, just kind of regroup. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Maybe crisscross the other thumb over the other thumb. It kind of feels awkward, doesn't it? You just kind of have a natural default. It's kind of like when you fold your arms, you always go one way and somebody tells you to do it the other. It's like, what? All right, so you're lengthening up here, opposite thumb crossed over. Lengthen, and now let's go to the left side. Oh, stretch it out, half crescent moon. Maybe a little bend in the elbows feels right. Soften in your knees. No point in stressing them out. Lengthen and stretch and reach to the left side of your room. Remember, hips equidistant to the front of your room. Top shoulder, bring it back. Right shoulder back to the back of the room. Stretch, reach. You know what you can do now? Take your left hand, capture your right wrist, give it a tug. Breathe. Breathe. Don't stress out. Breathe. Stretch. Find length. You got it. Palms back together to touch. Slowly come on back up to center. Release your hands. Extended mountain pose. Lengthen. Soften. Hands float down to prayer center. Take a deep breath in. Come back to your mantra. Be happy with what you got. Take a breath in and a breath out. You got it. Good job. Let's do tree. We're halfway there. Hands are at prayer center. You can have a chair nearby. Root into your right leg. Take the weight out of your left. Open it up to the side of the room and slide the foot on up, up, up to either your calf or up into your thigh. Just don't put it on your knee. I say that all the time. You don't want your knee to bend sideways. Hips, again, ensure that they're equidistant to the front of the room. So are your shoulders. Hands at prayer center. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. This is your tree pose. You can grow your branches of your tree. You can hold on to a chair if you like. Hold on to your hips, but lift your chest if that's what feels good today. All right, if arms are lifted, look to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Wiggle your fingers and sway your branches like a tree in autumn. Breathe. If you fall out, no big deal. Nobody's perfect. Everybody fails. The measure of success is getting back into it. Don't quit. Get back into it. And on a positive note, breathe, sway your branches, close your eyes if you really want to challenge your balance. Take a long blink. And then hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Plant the right foot next to the left. Whew. Let's do tree on the other side. Root through your left leg. Open up the right. Bring the sole of the foot up, up, up to wherever is right for you. Chair can be your best friend right here, right now. Press the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Hips, shoulders, check them out. Be the kind of tree that speaks to you today. Sway your branches if you want. Challenge your balance. Throw yourself off a little bit and catch yourself. Breathe. I would encourage you to fall out. Stress it. Take it as far as you can. And then get back into it. Maybe eyes closed. Maybe branches reach a little higher. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the right knee to the front of the room. Plant the foot on the ground next to the other one. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more balancing pose. I said we'd do 5. Here we go. All right, let's do a figure 4 in our legs. So let's begin by coming into like a chair pose. Send your bottom back, bend your knees, kind of like when we did those arm circles. Bend your knees. All right, maybe a chair nearby, a literal chair nearby helps. Hold on here. I'm going to lift my left leg up, bring it up, place it on top of my right. So I'm creating a figure 4 here. Hands to prayer center. Hold on here. Sink low in your chair. Feel the stretch in the glutes in the back side of your body. So here's your figure 4. Hold it. Focus. Maybe you're holding onto the chair. That's good. Maybe your hands are at prayer center. Wherever works for you, but just find your balance in that strong foundational foot. The knee of the bent leg, the outside of it, bring it more down to the earth. Hold it here. You're strong. Let's plant the left foot next to the right. Let's come back to that chair pose. Let's lift the right leg up. Hold it here. Maybe that's where you stay. Maybe you bring the figure 4 into the right leg shape. The outside of the ankle is on the thigh. Maybe you hold on to it, bring it up. Maybe you hold on to it and stay right here. What you're after is that nice big stretch in the glutes to the backside. That foundational leg, the left leg, maybe bend it a little bit. Maybe hands to prayer center. Ooh, find this stretch. It feels a lot like when we do a reclined pigeon, doesn't it? Or half pigeon. We'll do a half pigeon pose. I love the name. It's Ekapada Rajakapotasana. Got that? We'll do that tomorrow in our practice. Come back. Check it out. Your hips will thank you. All right, release the legs down. Come on back up to standing. Extended mountain. Lengthen up. Exhale. Hands to prayer center. Fold forward. Walk your hands forward. Let's come into a downward facing dog. All right, hips are lifted. Feet are hip width distance apart. Your heels are slightly lifted off the earth too. Hands are on your mat, shoulder width distance apart. Gecko grip your fingers into the mat. What I mean by that is bend the joints in your fingers, your knuckles. Let like a gecko, let the little suction cup fingers pad the earth. Hug there. Press some weight into your thumb, into your pointer finger. It relieves some tension on the wrist. Little bend in your knees. Your feet are hip-width distance apart. Start to pedal out your feet, bringing one heel toward the earth and the other. Be mindful of your neck. Let it hang loose. Shake it out. Tailbone high to the sky. Push into your strong arms. You got strong arms. You did a plank a few minutes ago. Breathe. Really stretch one leg and really bend the other as you walk it out here in your downward facing dog. Still your feet. Bring your heels closer to the earth. Send your tailbone high to the sky and shake your neck nice and loose. Bend your knees. Hover the knees just an inch or so above the ground. Shoulders over your wrists. You're in a little bear plank now. Hold on. Can never get enough planking, right? Maybe you've decided to drop to your knees. That's fine. I'm going to hold it a little bit longer and then come on down to the knees. All right, eye shade and towel up near your shoulders. And then come on to seated. In your seated position, let your legs go long. Seated forward fold. We did this earlier. She thinks we're done. we did the seated forward fold earlier with the strap. If you want to reintroduce the strap, go for it. I'm going to lengthen my toes up to the sky. I'm going to reach my arms high up to the sky, finding stretch and length here in my side body. As I exhale, I'm going to reach forward, find my feet or find my ankles. Elbows hugged in, fold forward, restorative forward fold, head toward the knees. Nice big stretch in the backside. Feels similar to when we were standing in that figure 4, doesn't it? All right, shoulders come on up over your hips. Send your legs good and wide. I'm going to find my 2 blocks. You don't have to use blocks if you don't want to, but I'm going to bring my blocks between my legs. Legs are spread really super wide. Maybe help yourself out by lifting a leg and pulling the other leg out. Blocks, however you like. There's lots of different combinations of the height for your blocks. Maybe you've got 4 blocks. That's fine too. I'm going to work forward and let my forearms rest on the blocks. Little bend in the knees feels good. Toes up toward the sky. You can bring your forehead down to your blocks if that feels good. Find what works for you. Let it feel really good in these adductor muscles. Breathe. In and out. Nice breath. Nice breath. Enjoy your wide-legged forward fold here. Now, in a restorative practice, which we do on Sundays and Thursdays, we hold a pose like this for a really long period of time, maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever works for you. But just imagine being here longer. It feels good. You cross that threshold of, I don't want to do it, to, I like it. I want to go deeper. I want to stay longer. Hi, Liz. Hi, Betty. Hi, Tyrone. Hi, Margarita. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Tim. Hi, Rena. Hi, Steve. Hi, Roger. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Sue. And hello to Marietta. I know you're practicing later, Marietta. Breathe. All right, so there's your wide-legged forward fold. Let's bring our shoulders over our hips. Bring your legs back together at the midline of your body. Let's come on down. Take it slowly. Remember this. Hands to prayer center maybe. Hold on. Maybe you hold it at a midpoint somewhere along the way just to challenge yourself. And then come all the way down to fully reclined. Bend your knees. Let's do bridge pose. Soles of the feet are on your mat underneath your bottom. Arms are long and down by your sides, shoulders away from your ears. Press the weight into your feet. Send your hips up to the sky. Let it feel great. Here you go. Here's another way to take it farther. Take your hands, interlace your fingers behind your low back, pressing your pinkies into the mat. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Embrace the lift here. Lift your bridge even higher. Squeeze the glutes high to the sky. And hold it. Soften your glutes and just feel the difference there. Keep pressing into your feet. Tighten your glutes and lift. Then soften your glutes and feel the difference. Send your arms down by your sides. Let your spine come down. One Lego block at a time to fully recline. Release your tailbone to the mat. Let's do a supine twist. So you're already supine. You're lying here. Send your left leg long and straight. Draw your left toes towards your shins. You can use your towel, You can use your strap or nothing at all here. Lift the right knee up and capture underneath the right knee. This is where the towel or the strap could come in handy. I'm going to interlace my fingers, and interlaced fingers are going to hug underneath the right knee. I'm going to pull that knee in good and tight while keeping my elbows hugged in as well. Circle the ankle in both directions. And then when you're ready, let the left hand hold the right knee. Let it cross the midline of your body. Left hand is working the right knee down toward the earth. As your right arm tees out, your right shoulder stays down, and you look to the right. Take this nice big supine twist. When we did that big coat twist in our warm-up, it just kind of signaled the body to say, hey, you're going to twist later, you're going to go deeper, and you're going to enjoy it. When you're ready, right hip comes down, hug the knee in again because you can, and circle your ankle this way and that. Send the right leg long, nice and straight and very determined. Send the right leg long, draw the right toes toward the shin, calf stays planted on your mat. Draw your left knee up towards your chest, hug the knee in, circle the ankle, right and left, left and right. Right hand takes the left knee goes across your belly toward the earth. Hand is encouraging the knee toward the earth, doesn't have to touch, just take the twist to what feels good. Keep your left shoulder down though, ooh, that'll ensure you twist well. Tee out your left arm and gaze to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. As you fully exhale, maybe you can take your twist a little deeper. Explore that. And when you're ready, left hip comes down. Your gaze is back up to the sky. Interlaced fingers, hug the knee in, circle the ankle this way and that. Send your left leg long onto your mat. Both heels meet at the bottom of your mat. And then, using your strong core, bend your knees and draw your heels up toward your bottom as close as you can get them on the mat. And then lift them up. Left hand captures under left knee, right hand under right knee. Rock a little bit from side to side for your happy baby pose. Reach your hands down, capture your ankles or your heels or whatever you can capture. Send one leg high to the sky while keeping the knee hugged in tightly toward the armpit. And then alternate. One leg extends, one leg really bends. Remember, wide-legged forward fold? Send your heels up to the sky. Send your feet away from each other. Take your hands to your inner thighs. Open up the legs wide in that V pose. You got gravity helping you this time. And then bring the legs back up to the sky. Slowly lower the legs down all the way to your mat. Take it slow as you like, but just be aware of what you're doing. Bring the legs on down. Time for final Shavasana. Cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel, which is up by your shoulder, I hope. Cover the eyes. Arms down by your sides. Wiggle your shoulders away from the ears and tuck them a little bit under your back. Heels at the bottom of your mat. Final Shavasana. Toes fall toward the mat. Palms face up. Breathe, my friends. Breathe deeply. Sigh it out. Eyes are soft. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. This is your final Shavasana pose. This is where you can hit that pause button on your remote and let your body be at peace for a few minutes, however many minutes you like. Remember, deep breaths, heavy body, and light heart and mind. Just rest. If it's time for you to conclude your practice, you'll want to gradually introduce motion back into the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes, moving the wrists and the ankles, which worked so hard for you today. Inhale, reach high overhead and take that big good morning stretch. Maybe it means pointing your toes and reaching your fingers and lengthening through the armpits and wiggling a little bit in your bottom and your shoulders. Stretch it out like it's your first stretch of the morning. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Top shoulder is soft. Eyes are closed. This is your breath. Enjoy it. Deep breath in. And deep, slow breath out. Slowly make your way up, using your hands or not, just be aware. Eyes closed or open, whatever, just be conscious of what you're doing. Sit comfortably, bring your hands to prayer center, lengthen up through your spine, take a deep breath in, and a big sighing, carefree breath out through your mouth. Let it go. Put a smile on your face and blink your eyes open. You did it. A+ for you. Mobility, flexibility, you got it going on. Stick with it and you'll get more of it. Strength, same thing. Stick with your practice. Don't quit. Do it little by little, and every single day it will get better. I promise you that. Don't let anybody dull your sparkle. Enjoy what you do what you enjoy, and have a great rest of your day. From us to you, remember the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love you guys. See you on your mats tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye. Hello. Good girl. Good girl. See you tomorrow. You're a good girl. You're still here, and I'm really glad for that. Keep this in mind. The path is made through repetition. Keep showing up, and good things will happen. You know that. I'm glad that you're still sticking around. Tell your friends what the yoga's doing for you. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody on Facebook and YouTube, and they can join in anytime from the privacy of their own home. Tell them about our practice, please. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stay on your path, enjoy your yoga, and have a great rest of your day. See you on your mats tomorrow.